Hello, everyone. Welcome to the In Practice This week, we are focusing on the arms and the shoulders. We will need a couple of props. We will need the tennis ball. You might need to have some blocks and bolster near you. We will work the shoulders in all directions, and also maybe work on the muscle surrounding our ribs. And this muscle is called the serratus anterior muscle. So it's around the side body, just below the armpit. And that is where they also known as the intercostal muscle, the muscle in between the ribs. And actually that muscle is important to allow us to breathe properly. If the muscle is very tight, you might find that it impede the full expansion and contraction of our lungs, because the lungs are actually encapsulated in the rib, within the rib cage. Okay, so without further ado, please come to a comfortable sit-up position. You might want to sit on the block, a bolster, or any elevated platform. Remember, you always have the option of a chair. Okay, the indicator to whether you need something higher is whether you feel this grounding energy pulling you down. If you find that you're not able to lift upward, then you might need a higher platform for you to sit on. Okay, so come on to a comfortable sit-up position. Pull the butt cheeks out. Lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders. The focus today is on the shoulders, the neck. Take a couple of breaths, looking forward. And once you are in touch with where you are right now and what you are doing right now, you can gently then allow the eyelid to relax and be heavy. Once you feel that you are grounded, start to get in tune with the breath and check if you are holding any unnecessary tension in the body. Maybe check into the state of the body right now, anywhere you're feeling uncomfortable. Sometimes we just need to spend a few moments to tune in and check into how you are doing right here, right now. This pause for a few moments seems easy, but it is necessary. Gently place the palms together in front of your heart. If there are any intention you would like to set for today's practice, go ahead and do so. Gently rub the palms together. Press the palm into your eyes. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, move the palm away. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. We're going to start the class with 3 Taoist breath movements to also open the shoulders and also the lower back. So come to a comfortable cross-legged, or you can kneel, but it would be great if you'll be on the floor. Okay, have the palms along to you, palm facing up. So as you inhale, lift the arms up and you look up. So focus on the shoulder, lift the shoulder, open the armpit, but not shrugging the neck. As you exhale, push the palm towards the side. Think of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Spread the fingers, push the palms towards the side. You can feel the stretch along the entire forearms and the palm. Exhale, inhale. As you exhale, push and round the shoulders. Inhale. Look up. Open the chest towards the ceiling. As you exhale, fold all the way down. So we are starting the class to do it slowly. And along the way, find any restrictions or any impediment that you are experiencing in this movement. Okay, so take your time. We're doing this slowly. So inhale. Continue to start over again from the side. Inhale. Exhale. So spread the fingers. This is not only the shoulders, it's also for the forearms. You will feel a stretch along the forearms and all the way to the tip of the finger. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale, open up the chest towards the ceiling. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale. Now remember the steps. We're going to ask you to do it at 2 more rounds on your own. Exhale, push to the side. Spread the fingers. Focus on the base of the palm. Inhale. Push forward. Open your chest to the ceiling. Exhale all the way down. So do 2 more rounds on your own. I'm not going to guide you, so you follow your length of your breath, and maybe at which moment you might want to pause a little bit longer. So start from the side, push to the side, inhale, push to the front, open your chest, and then child's pose. Okay, so do 2 more cycles on your own at your own pace. You are not obliged to follow anyone. You just have to listen to your breath, listen to the body. You might close your eyes. You might do more than 2 rounds if you are doing it a little bit faster. That's the benefit of practicing on your own at home with no pressure from the person beside you or from my cue. Complete your last round. The next time you exhale, and when you come to child's pose, stay there. Come on to your fingertips. On your fingertips this way, like spider's legs. Your wrists and your elbows are out up above the floor, and then you start to walk with your fingertips forward. So keep walking your fingers forward, stretching your shoulders, the side body, but don't go so far until your butt cheeks start to lift off from the floor. So keep walking. It doesn't mean that you have to walk far. Okay, so it is the movement, the intention to crawl forward that is creating that stretch. Okay, so at the same time, as your fingers try to crawl forward, you think of your butt pulling back. So this create these two opposing forces to really lengthen the side body. One more breath. Okay, slowly, slowly crawl back. Okay, so now we're going to do some side stretches, very simple side stretches. You just have to place the opposite palm onto the knee. Doesn't matter which side you start first. Opposite palm onto the knee, and then extend the arms towards the side. Think of pulling the shoulder out from the socket. Try to think of reaching towards the far end of the room. Must breathe. Now come back. We're not holding so long. It's not an in pose. Change arm and then extend. Remember to breathe, okay? Don't hold your breath. Use the holding of the knees as a resistive force. And maybe you can check which side is tighter. So 2 more rounds on your own. So this is more of an active stretch. It's not like in form of stressing the joints and the muscle. Okay, so you must be able to differentiate the two different types of stretches we are creating right now. Okay, so the first half of this movement is a bit more active. We move the body a little bit before we stay still. Okay, so if you feel that the body is already stiff and uncomfortable and I make you to stay still, it's not going to release any unnecessary tightness that is accumulating in the body. Okay, so just get moving. Get moving. Last one, whichever side, make sure you are ending off with the other side. Okay, now come on to all fours. You will need 2 blocks with you. We will start with a shoulder opener. Okay, so you have 2 blocks with you. Okay, you're almost like a melting heart pose. Your knees are directly below your butt. Okay, and you're going to place the elbow onto the block. So you need not keep the block directly vertical. Okay, so this is just a guide. So don't need to be so obsessed with being vertical. If due to the angle of your forearm, some people like to keep it this way, some people like to keep it this way. So don't need to be at this a parallel position. Or if this is too high, feel free to come on to this height. Okay, and also if you find that resting on the block is not stable, then grab a chair and place the forearm on top of the chair. Okay, so butt on top of the knees, elbow down, make sure you don't topple. Okay, and then rest the arm down, your fingers pointing up in Namaste. And then, if you can, rest the forehead on the mat, butt above the knees. And then we stay in this position. If it's difficult for you to come to Namaste arm with the fingers pointing up towards the ceiling, no obligation. Okay, just relax the arm and rest the back of the palm onto the shoulders. Okay, we're going to stay here for a while. So remember, shoulders is a very shallow joint. So no over pushing and no dislocation of the shoulders. So remember to always remind yourself that in is a practice that will benefit us only if we go to 70 to 80% of our maximum capacity. If we start to overdo it, especially in very vulnerable target area like shoulders or the lower back, then we might create more harm than benefit to our body. So some students complain that after in practice, I feel more sore than before the practice. Then it's always a point of reflection on whether am I over pursuing a particular posture? Am I holding the posture for too long, longer than what the body requires? Okay, so feel free to come up from the pose if you find that I have enough of the shoulder or you really start to feel numbness. Okay, the state of the shoulder is really subjective to individual. We're at the 3-minute mark. We'll hold the pose for 4 minutes. That means we have 1 more minute to go. If you feel that you have enough, feel free to slowly come out from the kneeling posture, have your arms towards the back, and then come on to a rounded child's pose. For those who are still holding the pose, start to deepen the breath and to prepare the body to slowly preparing it to come out from the pose. Okay, do not jump out from the pose, especially we are holding it for a long time. We have about 3 to 5 more breaths to go. One more breath. Okay, so in this position, very slowly do whatever you want to safely come out from the pose. Rest the butt towards the heel. Have your arms alongside the body. Allow the shoulders to round, and we rest in this rebound. We'll stay here for 30 seconds. We should have some time. Feel the rebounds of that shoulder or chest opener. Okay, gently press yourself up from the pose, and we come on to an prone eagle pose. Okay, prone eagle pose. So you might need 2 blocks. If it's too high for you, use 1. You remember that is where you can use a strap. So it's up to you to decide which elbow you want to place on the block. You are going to prone down, okay, and place one of the elbow on top, and then swing the other elbow across, catching it. And if your arms are spread open this way, then use either a strap or a towel. So the strap is optional. So if you need a strap, please grab the strap. And then be able to rest the chin on the bicep, wriggle your body towards the back. And you're generally pretty comfortable. So if you notice that you're leaning to one side because of this asymmetrical entanglement of the elbows, then you can open the legs slightly wider to create that balance so that when you relax, you're not like slowly leaning to one side. Okay, have the elbow somewhere in the middle of the block. And then relax. Okay, so remember, you have the option to lower the height of the block as well as reducing the duration of the hold. Okay, this is also apart from eagle arms. This pose also is a modified Sphinx pose, okay, which also work on the lower back. So that's the reason some people will comment that how come I feel the lower back more than shoulders. Okay, so take it as a 2-in-1. So if your lower back is complaining, not really the shoulders, maybe that's going too high, then you just lower the block to accommodate the lower back, not the shoulders. It's perfectly fine. Okay? These are all a continuous chain in our body. All our body are connected with fascia, joints, muscle, and they are not individual segmented parts. Always check it with the shoulders to see if you are overdoing. So we just cross the train off.
So if you're nursing a shoulder injuries, please come out from the pose. Shouldn't take too long. Some degree of stress is good to aid recovery but not overdoing it, and that will exacerbate the injury. One more breath for those who are still holding on to the pose. And then as slowly as you can, release the arm, push the block forward. Have your arms towards the back. Turn your head to one side, and then we rest. Okay, slowly push yourself up. Have the block near you again. And now we cross the elbow the other way around. Okay, so make sure you're not doing the same side twice. have hit the 3-minute mark, if you think you have enough, please slowly come out from the pose, arm alongside, and turn your head to the other side. And if you're still holding on to the eagle pose, start to feel the opening of armpit as you inhale and exhale. Feel how the breath is expanding your chest at the same time pulling the rib cage out, and you feel a subtle stress along the side body and armpit. So today we are focusing on the side muscle, the serratus anterior muscle group, intercostal muscle, and of course by doing that we will also target the shoulders, not so much at the back today. Start to deepen the breath if you're still holding on the pose to prepare the body to transit out from this posture. Take your time, okay? The shoulder get extremely vulnerable. So slowly release. Push the block forward, have your arms alongside the body and turn the head to the other side, different from the first resting posture. Okay, slowly push yourself up from the pose. Now we are going to use the block or the tennis ball to open up our side body here. Okay, so the intercostal muscle. So you have two options. Okay, so I leave it to you to see which one better access the muscle. So this is the muscle that is directly on top of your armpit. Or you can see me from the video. So it's just slightly on top of the muscle, on top of the armpit over here. And from here, we're going to come on to the side of the rib. So don't go so low until the obliques here. So it is just the side of the ribs from here to here, and also slightly on top of the muscle, this muscle group. Okay, so you have two options. Either you can use a soft tennis ball. Starting from here, we're going to roll down to here. It is painful. So if you are using the hard fascia ball, the hard rubber, then maybe you should get a towel, a soft towel, don't need a huge one, to lay over it, okay, so that you will provide some cushioning before you get access this muscle. So this is a very, very sensitive area. Okay, but if you are using tennis ball, I think that will be good enough. Feel free to lay over. So what happens if you don't have a tennis ball? Then it's fine. You can take a block, depending on how tough the block structure is. You can also lay a towel across it to cushion it, and then you can do the same thing. Okay, so I'm not going to make everyone do the same thing. Either you use a ball, tennis soft one, the hard one with a towel over it, or if you have no tennis ball at home, take any yoga block, rest a towel to provide some cushioning, and then we start off from the top. So you just have to cross your arm over, and then you use the edges of the block to massage the muscle. You get the same area. So either block
or tennis ball. Either you start with the left or you start with the right. Okay, so we are going to do both sides. So this is really free play. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a long time on each side for you to slowly move from the armpit area. There is more the teres minor just behind the muscle group, the armpit. And then slowly, don't just rest there the whole time. After you lean back and lean forward, moving the arm is free play. Remember to move the ball towards the side ribs. Okay, so it's not just that one spot. So for me today, I'm using the block. You can use the ball. Okay, take your time, okay? The more sensitive the area is, the less pressure you should put and the longer time you should hold to allow the body, especially the vulnerable parts, to release the grip. Okay, so don't push too hard, too fast. The body will contract and tighten. So play around. Use the edges of the block to dig in. You find that there is this tenderness in between the ribs. Okay, don't press on the rib, but in between the ribs, the gaps. These are the intercostal muscle, the muscle in between the ribs. Or maybe not muscle per se, but they are the connective tissue. You should be somewhere middle of the rib. Okay, so don't press too hard when you're towards the end of the ribs. Okay, we have two floating ribs and they are not attached to the sternum. So I don't need to press too hard till you fracture your ribs, okay? So be more sensitive when you're towards the end. Spend more time towards the upper part. Remember to not just lean to the side facing me. You can also lean to face the ceiling so that the block or the ball go towards the back. Our ribs is a three-dimensional cage. So you can lean back, face the ceiling, or you can roll forward, facing the floor. Okay, now very slowly, you just have to change side. Turn to the other way. And start over again. And you definitely will feel one side more than the other. And if after a while you feel that this side you are pretty okay, feel free to go back to the original or the other side to spend more time on it. Okay? So it's really very flexible. So after this rolling, we are transiting to the sleeping Buddha pose. Everyone should be familiar. We have 30 more seconds. Okay, so very slowly come out from the pose. We go back to the other side to come on to sleeping Buddha pose. Okay, so you have a few options. Either you rest directly onto the floor, elbow pointing towards the front. Okay, so please do not do it this way. Pointing towards the front so that you can open that side body that you just stretched. And then if you can, rest the palm onto the side. If you find that it's off balance, then you just have your legs down, or you can rest the palm down. Okay, feel free to adjust. This should be a very comfortable posture. Okay, you should not feel that you're overdoing it. One of the most relaxing shoulder opener, and in this case, we are opening the side. So this is one of those poses that you feel almost nothing at the start. But the sensation will only creep in after 3 minutes. So this is one of the few poses that I use to illustrate the effect of in-practice. You don't feel it, but you will definitely get the rebounds if you are able to relax the body and enjoy this moment of solitude. Bring your awareness to your armpit. Each exhale breath, think of the word surrender. Think of surrendering the armpit towards the floor. Think of flushing the armpit to be in the same level with the floor. We have about 5 more breaths. Start to slowly deepen the breath. Okay, very slowly release. Lie onto the back. Shavasana, and we rest for a few moments. The next time you inhale, you bend your knees and you roll over towards the other side, that you can come out to the sleeping Buddha. Okay, so you roll over to the other side and set up for the sleeping Buddha pose. Telling yourself that it's okay not to feel anything much at the start. If you're feeling pain on the ribs or along the side of your hip because you're pressing directly onto the mat, then take a towel to soften the pressure. And some of you can be a little bit bony at the side, especially the side hip, and you feel a uncomfortable impingement there. Feel free to soften it. Start to deepen your breath, preparing the body to exit the posture. Okay, very slowly come out from the pose. Lie on the back, rest in Shavasana. Okay, and then slowly roll onto the belly. The next pose we are coming into is the broken angel pose. You can start with either your right or the left, doesn't matter. You're lying on the chest and you extend the arm towards the side. Okay, so I'm showing you at this angle. Okay, so the arms is along the side at 90 degrees to the body. And then you bend the opposite knee and then you rest and roll over towards the back. Okay, so take any variation. Most of you should be familiar with this pose. You can do it with one knee bend, or after a while, feel free to slowly shift and both knees pointing towards the ceiling. We have about 30 more seconds. Okay, keeping the arms still extending towards the side. Don't move the arm. Slowly roll the body back. Take your time so that your belly and the chest are on the floor again. And then stay when we bounce with the arms still extending towards the side. Few more breaths. Okay, slowly move the arms back alongside the body. Extend the other arms out. Make sure that the arms is 90 degrees to the side body. Palm facing down at all times. Do not move that target arm again. Bend the opposite knee and roll over. Maybe do go at a easier variation at the start. So apart from just targeting the front of the chest, this is actually also a very deep twist. So for some people, they will say that I will feel more on my lower back than on my chest. Then be it, okay? Doesn't really matter. Our bodies show tightness in different ways, but they're all interrelated. Start to deepen your breath. And slowly, very slowly, transit all the way out from the pose, keeping the extended arms still towards the side. And we bounce. Okay, slowly extend the arms back and slowly push yourself out from the pose. You need a block. Okay, so the last shoulder opener pose. So you have the block for this height. You are going to place the shoulder blade onto the block, shoulder blade. Okay, not lower back, shoulder blade. Okay, so shoulder blade onto the block. You're coming to butterfly legs. Make sure that your hip can reach the floor, your chest is open. And then interlace your fingers, and have the palm rest the head onto the palm. So this is a continuation, the last pose that is still focusing on the opening of the chest. And you should feel that it is easier now after all the stretches along the intercostal muscle at the side and also the broken angel arms just before this. Make sure it is the chest that's opening, not so much on the lower back, okay? It is the chest. Allow the elbows to feel heavy, just like how you're allowing the knees to be heavy. It is a double butterfly pose. Start to deepen your breath. And slowly, very slowly, transit your way out from the pose. Roll to one side. Gently shift the block out from your back and lie flat down in Shavasana. We'll take a short Shavasana. Start to deepen your inhale breath and your out breath. Move your fingers, move your toes. Move your feet together. Extend your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers. The next time you inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more rounds. Inhale, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale. Last round, inhale. And exhale. Roll to the side. Stay there for a moment. With your eyes still closed, gently push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Press the palms together in front of your chest. Take a moment to connect back to the intention that you have set for yourself at the start of the practice. Gently rub the palms together, generating some heat. And with some pressure, press the palm deep into your eyes. Give your eyes a massage. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, move the arms away. Gently open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me in the practice today. And next week we will start a practice, focusing on the cultivating of the mindful awareness, which is a meditation focused practice. So welcome to join us if you are keen in sitting slightly longer for meditative practice. So with that, continue to stay well and take care. Namaste.